Hello, welcome to Spotlight on Souris, brought to you by WCG TV, Access Channel 12, right here in Souris, Manitoba. Today is May 25th, 2019, and my name is Laura Higgs. We have a guest with us today who is a local author here in Souris, Becky Smith. Welcome, Becky.
Hi, nice to see you again.
You too, you too. Now, I say you're an author, but you go by Rebecca Lee Jenkins.
Yeah, that's my
is
pen
your pen name.
Yep.
Right?
That's the
right?
name I write under. Too many
Yeah.
Smiths on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah, right, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thanks.
You and I have done a couple of interviews
Yeah.
about your first
And-
book
yeah.
and your second book launch.
Right.
And we're going to talk about your third book
Sure.
launch as well. But
Yeah.
you just recently finished your third book in
Yeah.
this series.
Yeah.
Now, the first one was called?
The first book I wrote was called The Night They Came for Till. It comes second in the series. I did them out of order. And the first book in series is Hope in Oakland.
Hope in Oakland.
Yeah, it takes place mostly in Souris as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this book's a little bit unique because it starts in Britain and then it ends up in Canada. So, yeah.
Okay, but it is in timeline. It is
Yes,
the
it's
ending
the end of the series. It's the
series.
last.
Okay,
This is the last book in the series, so this is where it ends.
this is it.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, can you give us a little idea about what this book is about?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm just going to read to you the back cover, if
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah.
So Nora Blackburn is kidnapped, 12 girls are stolen, and the head of the Bristol Butchers is murdered. Detective Asher Grayson has one suspect, Dr. Till Stone. When Till crawled her way out of the East End slums of London in 1881, she betrayed members of the Bristol Butchers, making powerful enemies with long memories. As Detective Asher Grayson pieces the crimes together, he forces Till to make a devastating choice: abandon her career and go into hiding, or face the Bristol Butchers and battle them in the streets that nearly destroyed her.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a
Wow.
pretty powerful book.
Absolutely.
So when I was researching Hope in Oakland, and I was researching The Night They Came for Till, and I was kind of looking into all the legislation surrounding abortion and surrounding contraception and all this stuff, the wording has changed so much that I just searched women in the criminal code, and this whole section on human trafficking, which they called white slavery at the time, came up. So there was 9 subsections in Canadian law to deal with this very pervasive problem. It was such a huge problem. So yeah, so when I saw that, I quickly made a photocopy of it, and I thought, I don't know if I'll need it or not. But then as I was writing Hope in Oakland,
Right.
I was writing this book and Hope in Oakland at the same time. And then I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I need the characters in Hope in Oakland to finish this book.
Okay.
So everybody wanted this book because it's the sequel to The Night They Came for Till, and
Right.
everybody's like, what happens to Shannon?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is Till so terrible? What's Till's story? Because it must be bad.
Right.
So
right.
this is Till's story. And
So you were actually writing this in your head or on paper while
In
you
my
were
head.
busy in your head?
no, and on paper,
Okay.
like writing both, and then
Oh my.
got to a point where I'm like, okay,
Make your mind.
because I really wanted to write this one, but honestly, and this is maybe a weird thing to say, but I wasn't able as a writer. I wasn't ready for this book. This book was much harder to write than Hope in Oakland.
Really?
I just needed to, this is considered a thriller, basically. I didn't know when I was writing it. So I thought, I didn't know how to write that. So I had to finish Hope in Oakland, then I had to actually study how to write this book. Because this book has different elements in it than the other two.
Right. Very
This
different.
book's a
now.
roller coaster.
Yes. Yes.
This book is, you'll read it quick.
Well, you talked about the butchers. What group
The
is that?
Bristol Butchers is based on a gang from England. So this book starts in England, and then you'll have to see what happens.
Right.
I can't really
Right.
tell you much because
Right.
right off the bat you start with why Till is being investigated, and so anything else is kind of a spoiler.
Yeah, yeah,
Can't
that's
say
right.
too much about this book.
That's right. But it, from what I understand,
Yeah.
it takes Till and changes
Changes her as a person. This
yes.
whole experience.
very much so,
So
and
she-
changes the perspective people
yeah,
have of her.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, for sure. Like
Yeah.
you think she's this terrible person, and then you get into this book and you're like, oh, okay, there's
Okay.
reasons why she's
Yeah.
such a nightmare.
But to watch people grow before your eyes, like
Yeah,
you know,
it's kind of fun.
We have friends that are around many years. We have
Yeah.
family that are around many years, and then
Yeah.
you watch them grow and change. And to see them grow on paper is very
So
unique.
in a book, that's called a character arc.
Okay.
Part of a book. So you want your character to start a certain way, and then at the end of the book, they've changed to become either better or worse, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the book is all the plot points that show that change. That's writing a book.
Yeah.
So it's like taking someone in real life and watching them change.
Mm-hmm.
So this book is Till she starts with a lie that she believes. She starts with all these things she believes and she's done, and it's always worked for her. Then her whole world crumbles, and she ends up at the end of the book as a certain type of person that you'll maybe understand better.
Wow.
Yeah, this is my favorite book.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
And
I think
you
because
had-
it was so hard to do.
And you weren't ready for it.
No,
and you had
it was
to
a nightmare.
study extra.
Yeah, I had
to
to study
write it.
to write it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm glad it's done.
Wow, yeah.
Glad it's done.
I bet you're breathing easier now.
Yeah, so this had my first editor, Alex McGilvery, went through it, and then I actually hired a British editor because Till's vernacular had to be correct. She couldn't say diapers, she had to say nappies. She couldn't say sidewalk, she had to say pavement. Even porridge, like wrote down oatmeal, she's like, it's porridge.
Yeah.
So, and when you're reading this book, there's even the word, like apologize, for example, is S-E instead of Z-E, because apologize, S-E is British, and it's Old British.
Okay.
So don't hound me with
Thinking
a
about-
thousand things saying your spelling is wrong.
Yeah.
This is as good
It's
as I can
correct.
get it.
Yeah, it's correct. Wow.
Yeah,
The processing that goes.
it's a ton of work. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
This thins
Absolutely.
the herd. That's for sure.
Wow.
Thins the herd. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Wow. But it's done.
done,
You
yeah.
can breathe easy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now you're going to be planning the book launch.
Yeah, the book launch is June 14. It's a Friday. It's come and go after 1 o'clock at Hillcrest again, the museum there.
Oh, what a perfect venue.
It's
for that.
perfect, yeah. And you'll know why it's Hillcrest when you read the very last page of this book.
Okay.
You'll know why it had to be at Hillcrest again.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, I love the last page of this book. I can't wait for you to get there.
Okay. Where are these books going to be available after the launch? I know
okay.
they'll be there for the launch,
Yeah,
right?
the launch, of course, will have every book available. All 3 will be there. And actually, all the characters from the books will be dressed in costume that day. And after the launch, they're going to be available at Lady of the Lake, Timeless Treasures, Plaza Petals, I'm not sure, Poor Michael's, Kohl's, all those books. And Amazon is where I sell the most of my books, actually.
Amazon? Mhm.
Amazon.ca
Okay.
or com, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, so what surprised you the most about writing
About,
this book and publishing it?
um,
About the town of Souris, basically.
yeah, setting these books in the town of Souris was actually kind of, it's odd. Not many people are writing about small town Prairie, Manitoba.
Yeah.
So what was surprising for me was how many people jumped on board with that and promoted me everywhere. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to Souris so much, because every time I post something on Facebook, it's shared everywhere.
A lot.
People take my book to Yuma with them and put it in the camper library, and I have like readers from
And to Texas, by the way.
Yeah, and to everywhere. Yeah, I know. I have readers, and I'm like, where are you from? And they're like, well, so and so brought your book, and we read the whole camp read it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So it's been awesome. And the other so writing and publishing books about Manitoba that's opened up a whole bunch of other doors, because Margaret Lawrence House asked me to come and write.
Nipoa.
They've asked me to come back and do their Manawaka Festival with them. I haven't got the full details on that, but that'll be kind of end of July if anybody's interested in going to that literary event. So writing about Canada and writing about Manitoba and writing about Souris has been a benefit. When at first I thought, I wonder, these are clean books and they're historical fiction, so are they going to even sell?
Right.
So it's been an absolute pleasant surprise that they have done so well. And I'm really thrilled. And I can't wait for you to read this book.
Yeah, very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So this is the last book
This
in your
is the
series.
last book.
You're breathing easy, you feel,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
job done.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about all this being in your head. You said it'd been in
Yeah.
your head for such a long time when you had done some
Yeah.
work with the museum.
Yes, and the town of Souris. I used to work
in the town of Souris,
yeah.
exactly. So all that had been in your head. It's come out,
Yeah, it's done.
it's done. You feel like, okay, you can breathe.
Yeah.
What's next for you, Becky?
So the next thing for me is actually, this week I'm writing a contemporary women's fiction book, because I've never done that and I want to try it. So I'm
You
writing
take a
that.
big bite, my dear.
Well, I do, and I just want to do that. But then after that book is done, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with that book, I will be writing another series. I've already started it. I have the first 2 books started in the second series. So that series is called a companion series.
Okay.
So Ada Bennett, a lot of the characters in The Night They Came for Till are in this companion series, but it's their kids.
Oh.
So it's right after World War I. There's a war widow. The female representative of teachers has been instructed to get rid of these women teachers. They're too much collateral. and they want soldiers in the classrooms. So she's come from Winnipeg in her Model T to meet with the mayor of Souris and say, you can't do that.
No.
And he's like, yes, we can. So that's right off the hop. And then this War Widow. So it's really, so far, it's super cute. I really like it. The series is it's really going well. So that's next for me, is this companion series. So still in Souris, because my research is here.
Yes.
It's just so easy. If I run out of stuff, I can just go to Manitoba Archives and I have it. So that's what's easy. So another little word about the book launch, though, before we get too crazy here. When you come to the book launch on June 14, try to remember to bring a toonie, because you can tour through Hillcrest with a character, and you're going to see the character of the book. Lady Harper, for one, is one of the main characters that's taking people through, and Priscilla and Shannon. So they're going to be showing you like where the WCTU had their tea and had their meetings in Hillcrest.
Right.
The staircase Shannon came down to meet Cole when they were going to the meeting, where Lord Harper and Cole would have met and talked, and where Shannon and Lady Harper got ready to go to things upstairs. And all the research for the books that I have is going to be printed off. Like Priscilla's real story will be there. So all that money goes to Hillcrest.
Wow.
It's all donated to Hillcrest. So
Nice.
if you want to bring a toonie and zip through, you're welcome to do that. And then get your picture taken with a character, and we have hats and for people to put on.
Great.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really cute event, and it's kind of the best way I could think of to bring attention to Hillcrest and bring attention to Souris. And see, because we're expecting around 300 people that day, so
Wow.
we want to see as many people, we want as many people on their social media as we can get. So we've created a space for them to do social media to really promote Souris as a touristy spot.
Very interactive book launch.
Pack a lunch. No, don't pack a lunch. There's going to be stuff there. There's going to be food there. But
And supporting of Hillcrest Museum as well.
And Souris. We
you've
really
got-
want to bring attention to Hillcrest because it's a beautiful space. And I set 3 books there basically for a reason. It's beautiful.
Right.
So they can go across Swing Bridge. If we can make, just try to help Souris continue to be this touristy destination that it is in Manitoba. So that
sure.
social media tent, even if you don't get a chance to go through, I hope you can, but pop in that tent, put it on your social media for the day, just so it brings attention to Souris. That's kind
Absolutely.
of the goal.
That's great. That's
Plus
wonderful.
the goal is to sell books.
And to sell
I'd like to
books,
sell some
naturally.
books too that day
Yeah.
if I could.
For sure.
But
For
yeah.
sure, but a great community event
It's
promoting
going to
our
be a
community.
really, so up to the week before the launch, I'll be doing drop your husband off at the golf course and picture the golf course, or drop your kids at the pool and come to the launch. So, just kind of promoting different spaces in Souris as much as I
Good.
can that
Very
week.
great.
Yeah, I can't
Great.
even believe 5 people follow me, but they seem to be, so
Yeah.
may as well take advantage of it. It's
That's
shocking, really.
That's right.
But yeah, it's gone really well. I'm really
Good for you.
excited, and I'm really thankful to Souris for so much support.
Good for you.
Yeah, so every time you share a post, more people see it.
That's
great.
right. And remind us of the date again, June
14th.
14th.
It's a Friday afternoon.
And it's come and go, and it starts at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Marvelous.
exactly right. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Becky, for
you.
coming in and sharing that with us.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, good luck at the book launch and
Thanks.
in your future endeavors, by the way. That sounds very exciting.
I'm excited about, there's a few things coming up that I can't really talk about because I haven't been confirmed as a speaker, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been pretty fun. I
Good.
can't believe it's happening.
Good.
It's really fun.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Living your dream.
Yeah, I am.
Good,
Thanks.
Becky. Thank you. WCG is brought to you by volunteers here in Souris, Manitoba. I'd like to thank Gil Neufeld, who is our cameraman today. My name is Laura Higgs, and thank you very much to Sheila Kirkup for being our producer, and have a great day.